Business Math Worksheet Day 37. We're going on to the business finance. Now we're into depreciation. It says Suburban Production Incorporated purchased a piece of manufacturing equipment that cost $18,500. The manufacturing equipment has an estimated useful life of 4 years and a residual value of $1,900. Use the straight line method of depreciation. Calculate the following for the first 2 years. If necessary, round your answers to the nearest cent. Annual depreciation expense, accumulated depreciation at the end of the year, and book value at the end of the year. So first of all, I purchased something that was $18,500. The residual value means that that's going to be the lowest value of the item. Doesn't matter if it's 5 years or 10 years or 15 years old. After 4 years of useful life, it's just going to have a value of $1,900 and stay there. So when I'm doing straight line depreciation, first of all, I'm going to find out the total amount it depreciated by. I'm going to take my $18,500, subtract the residual value of $1,900. So $18,500 minus $1,900 is the total depreciation, $6,600. That's the amount of the total depreciation. When you do straight line depreciation, it means that it depreciates by the same amount every year. Since its useful life is 4 years, we're going to take that $16,600, we're going to divide it by the 4 years of useful life to see how much it depreciates every year. So if I divide that by 4, I get $4,150. So each year it's going to be $4,150 less than the previous year. So end of year 1, your annual depreciation, $4,150. And same thing for year 2, $4,150. Year 3 would be that amount, year 4 would be that amount. The accumulated depreciation to date. Since this is year 1, my accumulated depreciation is just the $4,150 that it depreciated by. At year 2, it'd be 2 times that because it's the same thing. Year 3 would be 3 times that. Year 4 would be 4 times that. So I'm going to take my $4,150 times 2 because we had it twice. And so the accumulated depreciation, $8,300. Then I want to find the book value at the end of the year. So the beginning value was $18,500. It depreciated year 1, $4,150. So $18,500 minus $4,150 means at the end of year 1, it was worth $14,350. Round your answers to the nearest cent, so I probably really should have been putting the cents on the ends of those since it said round to the nearest cent and I wasn't paying attention. May or may not need the decimal there. You can try it without the decimal, but if it tells you you need the decimal, then you'll have to type it in. So we may have to put 0.00 on the end of each of our numbers just to show we rounded it to the nearest cent, even though it looks silly that way. Book value at the end of year 1, $14,350. So then at year 2, we're going to start at $14,350. We're going to subtract the $4,150 that it's going to depreciate by the next year. And so at the end of year 2, we're at $10,200. And you could keep going and do year 3 and year 4, and by the end of year 4, you should be down to your $1,900. So straight line depreciation, we depreciate by the same amount every year for as long as it's useful life, which in this case is 4 years. And by the end of that 4 years, you would be at the $1,900. Number 2, Nob Hill Manufacturing purchased a delivery vehicle that cost $16,500. The delivery vehicle has an estimated useful life of 5 years and a residual value of $2,400. We're again going to use the straight line method of depreciation, calculating the first 2 years. So, started out with a value of $16,500. The residual value is $2,400. So $16,500 minus $2,400 means the total amount of depreciation, $14,100. Now that total depreciation is going to be spread out over 5 years. Since we're doing straight line, we're going to say it depreciates by the same amount every year for 5 years. So if we divide that by 5, $2,820 per year. So the annual depreciation every year is $2,820. I'll put the 0.00 because it says to the nearest cent, even though it doesn't squeeze in there very nice. My accumulated depreciation. Year 1 should be the same as the annual depreciation because we haven't had any depreciation other than the first years. So $2,820. Accumulated depreciation for year 2, I've got 2 of those, so I can multiply that times 2. So $5,640. So with the annual accumulated depreciation, $2,820 plus another $200,820, or just take it times 2. 2 years. The book value at the end of year 1. Original value $16,500. We take off the first year depreciation, $2,820. So $16,500 minus $2,820 gives me $13,680. End of year 1. Year 2 starts at $13,680. We're going to take off the annual depreciation of $2,820. So at the end of year 2, we're now to $10,860. And again, you could keep going with your table, do year 3, year 4, and year 5, and by the end of year 5, you should be at your residual value of $2,400. Number 3, Northeast Precision Products purchased a piece of manufacturing equipment that cost $21,500. The manufacturing equipment has an estimated useful life of 4 years and a residual value of $1,000. So it started out at $21,500. It's always going to have a residual value of $1,000. So the total depreciation would be $20,500. We're doing straight line depreciation, so we're going to estimate 4 years of useful life. We're going to say it's going to depreciate the same amount for 4 years. So we're going to take that $20,500 divided by the 4 years of useful life. That means every year it's going to depreciate by $5,125 for the first 4 years. So annual depreciation every year, $5,125. Year 2, same thing. Accumulated depreciation. For year 1, it's going to be the same as the annual because that was the only depreciation you've had, $5,125. Year 2, we have it twice. So I can either take it this plus this or just multiply by 2 since it's the same number. So $10,250 would be the total depreciation after year 2. And then it wants us to find the book value. So starting out, it had a value of $21,500. Our depreciation is $5,125. So $21,500 minus $5,125 gives me $16,375 for the book value after the first year. For the second year, we're going to start at that $16,375 and subtract off the $5,125 again. And so after year 2, now its value is $11,250. And better put 0.00 since it tells me to round to the nearest cent. They said you can try it without that just in case. Then you don't have to type the 0.00, but since it says round to the nearest cent, a lot of times it makes you put that on there. At least in the algebra classes it will. Number 4, it says on May 1st, Taylor Fencing Supply purchased display equipment that cost $5,100. The display equipment has an estimated useful life of 10 years and a residual value of $600. Use the straight line method of depreciation to calculate the following. If necessary, round your answer to the nearest cent. The depreciation expense to the nearest month for year 1. Now we don't have the item for the full year. We only have the item for part of the year. And then the depreciation for year 2. Year 2 will have the full value. So I actually calculate year 2 first and then go back and do year 1. So for year 2, again, we're going to calculate the depreciation like we did on the previous problems. So the total cost was $5,100. It has a residual value of $600. So 5,100 minus 600, that's not right. 5,100 minus 600, $4,500. That's the total amount of the depreciation. Has a useful life of 10 years. So I'm going to divide that by 10, and when I divide that by 10, it just knocks a 0 off. So $450 for a full year. Year 2's depreciation is going to be that full year. So is going to be the $450. Year 1, however, they got the item May 1st. So I had it May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months. So what I'm going to do is take the year's depreciation and multiply it by 8/12, or do 450 times 8 divided by 12, because we want the decimal, not the fraction, because I only have it for part of the year, not the full year. So 450 times 8 divided by 12 means the depreciation for those 8 months is going to be $300. Again, these say round to the nearest cent, so you might have to put the 0.00 after them just because they may be picky on that, and I'm not sure. You just have to test it out and see if they make you put the 0.00 or not. So number 5, it says on August 23rd, the baby furniture company purchased display equipment that costs $5,700. The display equipment has an estimated useful life of 3 years and a residual value of $700. Use the straight line method of depreciation to calculate the following. Again, we're really going to do year 2 first because we're going to find the depreciation for a full year. So started out at $5,700. Started out at $5,700. The residual value was $700, which means the total amount of depreciation, $5,000. That $5,000 is going to be divided up over the course of the useful life, 3 years. So 5,000 divided by 3, here's one we have to round off. We get 1,666.666666666. The calculator just shows a 7, but rounding to the nearest cent, $1,666.67 then would be the depreciation for a full year, which would be our year 2 depreciation then, because in year 2 we're going to have it for the full year. However, in year 1 we don't have it for a full year. We bought it August 23rd. Now since we're close to the end of the month, we don't have to count August. If you're at the beginning of the month, you count it, but if you're more than halfway through the month, you don't. So we're going to use September, October, November, December, 4 months that we had it. So we're going to take the full year's depreciation times 4/12. because I'm only going to have it 4 months of the year. So again, we're going to take that $1,666.67 times 4 divided by 12. And so for the first year, we're just going to have $555, and I have to round that off. I get 555.5555 so $555.56 will be just the amount that I have for year 1, since I only had it for 4 months, not the whole year like I did in year 2. Number 6, on May 10th, Head Fencing Supply purchased display equipment that cost $7,400. The display equipment has an estimated useful life of 5 years and a residual value of $200. So again, we're going to calculate the straight line method for 1 full year. 7,400 minus 200 would be 7,200. The estimated useful life, we're going to divide that up over the course of 5 years. 7,200 divided by 5. So 1,440 for a full year's depreciation, which is going to be our year 2's depreciation then, because we're going to have it for the whole year in year 2. Year 1, we're only going to have it for part of a year. So we take a year's depreciation, and we have to figure out, again, we have it on May 10th. May 10th is more, or we're going to have it more than half of that month, so we have to count May. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 8 months. So 8/12. So our 1,440 times 8 divided by 12 gives us 960. Again, these said round to the nearest cent, so I probably should have put the .00. I didn't on the first one, but you can add it there. And so just for part of the year that we have it. Straight line depreciation, but sometimes we just have it for part of the year, not the entire year. Number 7. Everman Concrete Products purchased equipment that cost $19,000. The equipment has a residual value of $1,405 and it is expected to produce 11,500 units during its estimated useful life. During year 1, the equipment was used to produce 3,680 units. So first of all, we're finding the depreciation per unit. Again, we have to find the total depreciation first. Cost me $19,000, but it has a residual value of $1,405. So 19,000 minus 1,405 means the total depreciation $17,595. Now we're going to spread that over the number of units. Depreciation per unit. So this time we're going to divide by the number of units, 11,500. And so I get 1.53. It's going to depreciate by $1.53 per unit. That's what that means. Round to the nearest hundredth, so it doesn't say, so we'll just leave it as 1.53 there. The depreciation expense for year 1. So it's depreciating by $1.53 per unit. In year 1, we're producing 3,680 units. So to find the depreciation, we're going to multiply that out. So 1.53 times 3,680 means the depreciation is $5,630.40, right? I got 0.4, but since I'm using money, I better put the 0 behind it. That's the depreciation for year 1. So the book value, we're going to take the starting cost, $19,000. We're going to subtract off our depreciation of $5,630.40 to find out what our value is at the end of the year. So if I subtract, I get $13,369.60 and that's going to be my value after the first year. And again, if I move this too fast, just pause it or rewind. Number 8. James and Jane's Production produced equipment that cost $13,500. The equipment has a residual value of $1,998 and is expected to produce 8,100 units during its estimated useful life. During year 1, the equipment was used to produce 1,863 units. So find the depreciation per unit. First of all, we have to find the depreciation. 13,500 minus the 1,998. 13,500 minus 1,998 would be the depreciation of $11,502. I'm doing the depreciation per unit, so I'm now going to divide by the useful life, 8,100 units. So divide that by 8,100. That means $1.42 per unit, 1.42. So for every unit I produce, it's going to cost $1, or it's going to depreciate the machine by $1.42. So the depreciation for year 1, I'm going to take that $1.42 times the units produced, 1,863. When I multiply that out, my depreciation for the first year, $2,645.46. My book value then started with a value of $13,500. I have to subtract off my $2,645.46. And so now the value after the first year, $10,854.54. Number 9, same thing. Dobson Manufacturing purchased equipment that cost $15,000. The equipment has a residual value of $1,779 and expects to produce 11,300 units during its estimated useful life. During year 1, the equipment was used to produce 1,356 units. Using the units of production method of depreciation, calculate the following. Depreciation per unit. So first of all, find our total depreciation. Cost me $15,000. Its residual value is $1,779. Means the total depreciation, $13,221. We're going to divide that by the number of units, so 11,300 units to find the depreciation per unit. So divide that by 11,300. We get 1.17. That means $1.17 per unit produced is what that machine is going to depreciate by. Depreciation for year 1 then, $1.17 per unit times the number of units produced, 1,356, gives me $1,586.52 for the depreciation for the first year. And then the last part wants our book value. Started with a value of $15,000. It depreciated by $1,586.52. So if I subtract, my value at the end of year 1 now is $13,413.48. Make that look like a period instead of a comma. And that is the end of homework or worksheet day 37. So again, under business finance, now we're to depreciation. We did a couple of straight line depreciation, and then we did the production unit one. And so those first three things should be on your pie chart under business finance.